So the Japan was recovering from Hiroshima incident and their economy was slightly improving.
Nice.
So Japan was known for making reliable cars at the beginning for a normal Japanese citizen. But in the early 60s there was nothing like JDM or modding community existed in that time period. So how did Japan went from making reliable cars to making some of the baddest cars? And today is the day we are going to talk about this. How Toyota and other Japanese car manufacturers began making engines that was overbuilt and just too powerful. So hey guys, this is Faiz and you can skip to the timestamps if you want to. Let's roll the intro. So in the beginning, the Datsun 510 in the late 60s and Hakosuga GTR in early 70s became some of the earliest cars to be known for modding. Yes, they began the modding culture in Japan. And there was a guy named Kunimitsu Takahashi who began the drifting culture in the early 70s in Japan. Before he was a bike racer, but later he turned into a car racer. Maybe he loved car mode. In the 1970s, the first generation of Toyota Supra came into existence. The Toyota Supra first started with as a liftback and it was known as Toyota Celica. It was nothing like the today's Supra. It was a simple car for simple people. A total number of 5 models were released. All of these models offered various customizable features ranging from performance to comfort. And guys, keeping this aside, keep WRC of World Rally Championship in your mind because it is one of the most important factors that led to this blast of JDM in the world. Coming up to the second gen Supra, which lasted from 1981 to 1986. So there is not a lot to cover in this second generation, but we are going to cover some main topics. Toyota launched a new version of Celica Supra which had 2 versions. L-type, which is refers to luxury, and P-type, which is refers to performance. A more premium version was also launched named as Celica XS, having 4 models with different specs and performance. Toyota partnered with Lotus, which is a car manufacturer in this time. It was sold in Japan as XX Celica XS, but worldwide it was sold as Toyota Celica Supra. And the Celica Supra had the world first navigation system. Now late 80s is the time when the shit got real. Toyota launched the third generation of Supra, making some serious changes to the lineup. Celica and Supra became 2 different lineups, Celica being the front wheel drive and Supra became the separate rear wheel drive system. I mean, they became both different products for the company. On the other hand, street racing begins on the street of Japan, influencing the youth to mod the cars and get them on the road. And guys, here comes the WRC World Rally Championship. Toyota jumped into World Rally Championship with its Celica Supra from 1990. 11 of the next 14 titles were won by the Japanese cars. Yes, 11 out of 14.
Voy a la playa, había subido la marea.
And later on, the rest of the Japanese car manufacturers jumped into the WRC as well, with Subaru Impreza, Mitsubishi Lancer and Evo freaking dominating the whole championship. Before this, A70 Supra Turbo was introduced in 1987. In the same year, a guy was flying on the roads of Japan in AE86 Treno with named Keiichi Tsuchiya. People loved this guy and the youth was inspired and started to gather on these mountain roads to race and drift late at night. In the same year, a club was formed, the Midnight Club. I know you have heard about this one. And later on, people got inspired with this Midnight Club and they started to form their own clubs in Japan. And in this time, being a club member is not a huge deal, but at that time, it was praised like a celebrity. Although this did not last for long, as the increasing incidents started to occur, law enforcement acted roughly on drivers and fined them, and even jailed them sometimes. After the law enforcement crackdown, the real shit got released. Yes guys, the Toyota Mark IV Supra, the 4th generation of Toyota Supra, was released in 1993. So what made Supra Mark IV and other JDM engines like Nissan RB26, SR20, Honda K20A, Honda B16B, Mazda 13B, Mitsubishi 4G63T and Subaru EJ20 ahead of the competition? It's because of an unofficial agreement. So the road incidents were increasing at a drastic rate, and the car manufacturers of Japan decided to make an unofficial agreement, which is called usually an gentleman agreement.
A gentleman's agreement.
Huzzah! All right, chunks, let's do this.
According to which they won't make any car that exceeds 280 horsepower. Now we all know what happened. They broke the fucking agreement. But still, the engine output wasn't dangerous by any means, not exceeding more than 350 horsepower. They decided to make overbuilt engines. These JDM engines were so powerful and reliable that could easily handle even 3 times the stock performance without a hustle. This is the reason why people started to mod their cars, and why not when you can easily gain massive power by simple tweaks. So this is the reason they were reliable, they were tough, they were made for handling huge power. It was a real deal, to be honest. The 2JZ engine that was used in the Mark IV Supra is a beast too, and they came with 3 different models which was produced from 1993 to 2002. So with the 2JZ engine, Toyota made some serious changes to their engine lineup. They went from OHC or overhead cam to a dual belt driven DOHC, means dual overhead cam. So what's the benefit of DOHC over the OHC? So OHC, or means overhead cam, provided two valves per cylinder, but the DOHC provided 4 valves per cylinder. This made the whole difference, with also iron block, aluminum cylinder heads, fuel injection and VVTi. And guys, these are seriously sick performance upgrades. I mean, like seriously, they can handle a lot of power. So this is the part that the car manufacturers did. But the movies like Fast and Furious also played a major role in the JDM publicity. And guys, we should not forget the Toyota and other Japanese car manufacturers have worked so hard to provide us with some really good engines. So guys, when it comes to clubs, drifting or maybe illegal street racing, it's completely not dead. Not as of now. It's still happening throughout the world, even in Japan and even in United States and even in the parts of other countries as well. But I can agree the scale has gone down, but they are not even close to dead yet. So if you really loved my content, please consider becoming a Patreon member. It will be a huge help for making this content for you. So don't forget to comment and ask me any question that you have about the video. And also, if you have any suggestion for the next episode that you want me to talk about or make a video on, please let me know in the comments. And you can also check out the links in the description. You can check them out below. And thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Have a great day.